Good morning. It is 9 a.m. on this Monday, June 1st. Thanks for starting your morning with us as Daybreak continues to stream through 9:30 this morning. I'm Melissa Holmes, and we begin with Buffalo Police asking for your help finding a missing 15-year-old who might be in need of medical attention. Take a look at your screen. Police say Eliashawan Lyles was last seen walking on Cambridge Avenue in Buffalo around 4:30 Saturday wearing a white t-shirt and gray sweatpants. He's 6'3" and has black hair and brown eyes. If you know where he is, you're asked to call 911 or the number on your screen for Buffalo Police, 851-4416. Buffalo police are also investigating a shooting that left a man hurt Saturday night. This was the scene after 12:30 at Sycamore and Adams Streets. A spokesperson for the police department says a man was shot in the leg and taken by ambulance to ECMC. He is expected to survive. If you have any information, though, you should contact the Buffalo Police confidential tip line at 847-2255. And this morning, we're getting word of a pretty bad crash in Niagara Falls. We have a crew on the way to the scene right now, but we want to toss it over to the NFTA's Lance Mellon, who's got more on some road closures surrounding that accident. Good morning, Lance. What do we know?
Hey, thanks a lot, Melissa. Yeah, we've been following this all morning. I believe it was in the late portion of the 6 o'clock hour that accident occurred. And, I just got off the phone with Niagara Falls Police, and they didn't have much additional info other than it's an accident with injuries, and they now extended the closure not only at the intersection of Niagara Falls Boulevard and Military. Now it's about a half-mile stretch between Tuscarora Road and 82nd Street. So the side streets going around there are pretty busy, I saw in the traffic flow. So Homestead Avenue, Rick Manning Drive, they're all showing red for folks that are trying to get around that area of that accident. So I know you said we've got some crews going down there. I'm not sure how many vehicles were involved, but definitely a scene where, if you're closing an intersection for more than 2-3 hours, definitely a serious situation. So that's a spot that you got to continue to avoid, even in this late portion of the drive. And I just want to show you while I have you real quick, this just occurred, an accident on the inbound 33, so delays to downtown Buffalo. This is right near the 198. The left lane is blocked, and that vehicle is totaled in the left lane. So it's going to be quite a while till that is cleared up. But that's given us about 2 miles of delay all the way back to Bailey Avenue. So that's our only problem spot on the highways, and that accident in the Falls that's still giving us issues. So back over to you.
Yeah, and Lance, no other issues across Western New York other than that inbound 33 and the Niagara Falls crash?
Yep.
All right, that's good to know.
Yeah, everything else is cleared up. The 290 is looking good. 190, yeah, everything's good. Through Cheektowaga, no problems there as well.
Okay, yeah, and that Niagara Falls Boulevard Military Road intersection is always pretty busy, especially in the morning as folks are getting to work. So as you mentioned, yeah, for them to be closing it down for hours and then kind of extending and expanding the area where it is closed, it's got to be pretty significant. So we'll certainly work to get more information on that.
Right.
Okay. Lance, thank you so much for that update. We appreciate it. Well, starting today, NYSEG and RG&E will start a temporary rate hike for customers. Now, this temporary small increase was approved in what experts call an unusual move by the Public Service Commission. The PSC is still considering whether to approve or deny a much larger request. The temporary hike is expected to increase bills not by too much, by 0.2% for electric customers and 1.7% for gas. But Avangrid, the parent company of NYSEG and RG&E, has requested a more than 30% increase that would be spread out over a number of years. So that would mean an additional $30 or more on your gas and your electric bill as that's phased in over the next few years if it's approved. The Buffalo Common Council will be discussing a resolution this week that could help address the city's financial shortfalls. Common Council Majority Leader Leah Halton Pope is proposing that the Buffalo Fiscal Stability Authority impose a hard control period like it did from 2003 to 2012. This would give the state-run oversight group direct authority over city spending. But Mayor Sean Ryan is pushing back against the idea, saying it would lead to a city worker freeze. The resolution is set to be discussed at the upcoming Finance Committee meeting, and that's happening tomorrow. Well, if you are looking for something to do with your kids on perhaps a rainy day in Western New York or throughout the summer, how about the movies? The family-friendly Summer Movie Express program is returning to Regal theaters at the Walden Galleria this summer, and it actually begins today. Across 11 weeks this summer, Regal's going to be featuring 2 different PG-rated movies at 11 a.m. every Monday through Thursday for just $1. So today's offerings will be the movie Sing and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem. Proceeds go toward the Boys and Girls Club of America. And if you're looking to do something more active outside, how about free outdoor fitness classes that are returning to parks across Western New York today? The YMCA Buffalo Niagara and Independent Health are teaming up once again for fitness in the parks. Dozens of classes will be offered each week at several locations across our area, including Delaware Park, the Outer Harbor, and Chestnut Ridge Park. From yoga to exercise classes and strength training, organizers say there's really something for all fitness levels. And you can find a full schedule on Independent Health's website. And tomorrow is Tuesday, and it's the return of a summer staple to Larkin Square. Food Truck Tuesdays kick off tomorrow. More than 40 local food trucks will fill the square every Tuesday night through the end of August. Live at Larkin will also be returning this year on Wednesday nights with musical guests and also some special food and drink specials. And Food Truck Tuesday, luckily it's going to be absolutely beautiful tomorrow, Patrick, for Food Truck Tuesday, because it often takes a while to wait at those food trucks for your food. All of the food is so delicious coming from a truck, but you just have to be patient.
Yes.
They're making it for you, on the spot. But at least there's other activities and things to do while you're waiting for your food.
I agree. Sometimes you think on a hot day when they're in those hot trucks cooking your food, it's like, oh, tell me they got air in there, fans, some kind of AC.
And there's so many food trucks now, and I love how they rotate them every week. But I remember, doing the news not so many years ago here in Western New York, and there was a big fight to allow food trucks in the city of Buffalo, and Lloyd Taco was the very first food truck. And then they kind of exploded from there. Lloyd Taco, and then Frank's Gourmet Hot Dogs was another one of the first ones.
Yeah, you can't imagine life without them now, right? I mean, to think that they had to kind of push for it, it's like, this is an obvious.
Yeah, and I went to my first Outer Harbor concert on Friday, which was Cake. And there were great food trucks there. And it was a really great venue. It was my first time seeing a concert there. And with the beautiful sun setting on Friday and having the food trucks and so many people just happy to be outside and enjoying nice weather again, it was really a great setting.
But how was the show? Be honest.
It was okay.
Okay.
Cake has like 8 songs that I really
And they played like 2 of them.
And they ended up playing 4 of them.
Yeah.
But it was all at the very, very end of the show.
So you got to wait.
So you had to wait the whole time. They had like the first set and then a break and then the second set, and they ended with a great song. And then there was another break before the encore.
Right.
And then they played their good songs. But by that time, it was dark and it was cold and it was windy. And I was like, I'm ready to get out of here, but I want to hear the songs that I came for.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, if you're a band that doesn't have a ton of hits, it's not like you're Led Zeppelin and start with Stairway to Heaven.
Right.
Now, that's not a great example because they have so many hits. My point is, you can't lead with your best. Because then it's like, oh, I got what I wanted.
Right, but spread out your best hits.
Right, exactly. There we go. All right, that is why we are getting ready for a concert series that we hope continues with gorgeous weather like we had over the weekend. I saw the pictures, that just the venue just looks absolutely beautiful there. But a little cool, I guess it was, on Friday night. Cool is kind of continuing. Our morning lows have been very fresh, very nice. Our morning temperatures, rather, and the daytime highs have been slowly climbing. Yesterday, we only hit 66, 67. Today, we'll hit 70. The weather pattern is just rather quiet. Yeah, you see a big cluster of thunderstorms here across southern Illinois, but that's about it. Coast to coast, we're pretty quiet out there, and it looks like there's no big weather systems tracking across the country this week. It's going to be a relatively quiet week. We all know, though, that can't last too long this time of the year. The atmosphere will get energized again sometime soon, but not anytime this week, that's for sure. Down to 50 tonight, tomorrow morning, And then as we head into tomorrow, we're going to see numbers climb into the mid-70s. So we have a dry week ahead. We're starting a new month, a month that we just ended was a rather cool May and a wet May. June is starting off dry and I would say comfortable. We don't see any major sources of no big heat waves coming anytime soon. As for rain, by the weekend, we will have gone 2 weeks without rain, so we'll be kind of due. And there is a chance of some showers Saturday and or Sunday. This is still a tricky forecast for the weekend, but the signal is there for some, not a lot, but a chance of some showers both Saturday and Sunday. Sunny skies, 70 degrees tonight. Temperatures in the 40s to around 50. And tomorrow, sunshine, mid-70s. Getting a little warmer for the end of the week, 78 Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And there you can see a chance of showers Saturday, maybe a slightly better chance on Sunday. Not a washout, Melissa, but we've got the Pride Parade. And I'm looking, the Niagara Falls camera has a rainbow right now. That would be very appropriate. We're talking about the Pride Parade. Sunday, 11 o'clock start. Right now we do see a chance of some showers.
Okay, hopefully we can
and pull it up if you
change
can.
things out a little bit,
really
because
cool.
you had also been talking about last Friday night possible rain, and it did stay dry for us on the at that concert. So
we were pulling back. We're like, the chances is getting smaller and smaller, and so luckily it didn't pan out.
Yep, it was all good.
Yep.
All right, Patrick, thanks. Stay with us. We are going to take a quick break. We'll have more sports and news coming up after the break. Welcome back. And yesterday was a perfect day for baseball. In downtown Buffalo, thousands of fans came out to catch a glimpse of future Hall of Famer Max Scherzer. He made a rehab start with the Bisons yesterday. You will get another opportunity to see him, it looks like. And he looked pretty sharp, too, on the mound as he's making his way back to Toronto eventually. 2 on your side's Nate Mills has more.
The Bisons draw an average crowd of less than 4,000 this season. But Sunday afternoon, nearly 10,000 people got a taste of big league baseball as Max Scherzer towed the rubber in Buffalo for a rehab start against the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs.
Every once in a while, we get these little nuggets of having a Hall of Famer pass through here. And here we go. Today we got Mad Max Scherzer. Why wouldn't you be here?
On what was already a beautiful day for baseball, Scherzer's aura as a 3-time Cy Young Award winner and 2-time World Series champion gave fans a little extra motivation to come to the park.
His mound presence, he controls a lot just by the way he carries himself on the mound. It's kind of cool to watch. Just watching the Bisons in general, it's nice watching a baseball game, but like I said earlier, he just pitched in the World Series. You don't get to see that a lot.
After talking with fans, it became obvious that most of them were there to see Mad Max pitch. And while he spent most of his age 41 season on the injured list, he still felt the love from the mound.
I mean, it's great. Fans everywhere, and so I want to go out there and compete, and I'm gonna go out there and do my thing. And so it's always nice to have fans be appreciative of what you can do.
His next rehab start is tentatively scheduled for Friday with the Bisons. If that outing goes well, Scherzer can be in line to rejoin Toronto's rotation sometime by mid-June. Reporting on your side from Salem Field, I'm Nate Mills with Channel 2 News.
Okay, so as for how he did, thank you to Director Mike in my ear, who just said that he did pitch 3 innings and he didn't allow a single hit. So that's pretty good for him.
Imagine being a batter up against him. I mean, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm hitting against one of the best in the game, right? That's got to be intimidating.
I mean, for the Blue Jays to have so many players who had some sort of connection here to Western New York, and then playing in the World Series last year is really pretty cool, especially like Vlad Guerrero Jr., which we watched him for a couple seasons, and it was like you knew this guy was going to be incredible in the big leagues. Yeah. So that's really fun. And when you know that there are some pretty great players who are playing when you do see these big crowds, and there are some prospects from these teams that are, supposed to be future Major League Baseball stars, and they're playing here first. And so, but I loved during COVID when the Blue Jays had to play here.
That was cool.
In Buffalo. It was incredible to see, the Red Sox, the Yankees, and so many other teams that came here to play, and to see the Major League Baseball players in our beautiful, Salem Field. It's pretty awesome. So, and you
That
can't
was
get
6 years ago.
I know. I know.
It's a long time.
But it's fun to go to a ball game. And so if Max is pitching again on Friday night, that'll be huge because it's always the Friday night bash. So there's the fireworks, and those are always bigger crowds. So that might be something you want to think about getting tickets for if Max Scherzer, Mad Max, is going to be playing on Friday. So pretty special.
Very cool.
On to the Bills now. It is OTAs still, and they pick back up again today. And, Skylar Bell, he's a name a lot of people have been talking about. He is one of the most intriguing draft picks this spring. Buffalo grabbed him on day 3, which is actually pretty late. This UConn star had an incredible season. He earned the consensus All-American honors. He put up huge numbers, 13 touchdowns, more than 1,200 receiving yards, and now comes the adjustment for him to the NFL, where the defenses are bigger, faster, and tougher, and he's building chemistry with Josh Allen. And he was at OTAs last week sharing what it's been like working with number 17 and making the jump to the next level.
I feel like just making sure I'm where he needs me to be. It's no different from when the vets are running routes to when I run routes, so that his timing doesn't change, his rhythm doesn't change. He can get the ball out on time and on target. I got to get used to how fast that ball coming. But other than that, man, we gonna keep working.
And the last wave of OTAs is today through Thursday, and then a little bit of a break, and then on June 9th is when they start the mandatory mini camp.
All right, reports have been good, although there's some players that haven't been practicing very much, and you're like, what kind of injury? Who's our lineman? Big, tall guy, always from Iowa.
Greg Rousseau?
No. Offensive lineman. Big guy, Spencer Brown. He's got like this leg brace, and he hasn't been practicing, at least from the media portion of it, since OTAs even began. It's like, what's going on?
They only get to cover like one
day
OTA during the week.
One day. So who's to say what's going on those? Oh no, but reports are that he's been like in street clothes. It's like, dude, what's reports I want to hear? Anyway, other than that, good reports, I guess, coming out of.
Yeah, I'm not
It's early.
hearing much.
No.
So
I like that. Like just in terms of the national conversation,
Oh, you want them to just
I just like it when
radar?
they're just kind of let's not create any unnecessary, hype, right?
Or drama.
Or
We don't
drama.
need any off-the-field drama.
Love that we don't have any.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
As far as we know.
Sabres, Konsta Helenius is adding another big moment to his breakout year. He was phenomenal when he was moved up to the Sabres and playing in the, in the postseason and the playoffs. And he's a name that I think we're going to be hearing a lot of in the future. But the Sabres prospect scored the gold medal winning goal in overtime, lifting Finland past host Switzerland at the World Championships. Helenius finished with 6 points in 6 games and scored in 3 straight outings. And a kind of fun stat here, it's the 2nd straight year that a Sabres player has scored the overtime winner for gold. Tage Thompson did it for Team USA last year. So congrats to him, and hopefully he'll make a good return next season. His name is tricky.
It's tricky.
Because it's spelled Helenius. So a lot of people have said Helenius, Helenus. And finally, someone just asked him in the locker room, how do you pronounce your name?
And he did it.
And he did it. And he did it a couple times. It's Helenius.
Helenius.
So it's like a Y-U-S.
Helenius. So it's not a Helenius, right?
Helenius.
Yeah, that's just one. Okay. Like I had a friend growing up, his last name was Helenius. Oh. And so that's why I get stuck on that, because I knew a Helenius. And it's spelled similar, but Helenius. Okay, gotcha.
Yes. The sports reporters who write things down for a living don't need to worry about it, but we need to say it on air, and we need to say it correctly. And sometimes I go to AI and I'm like, how do you pronounce this name? And it's wrong. It can be wrong. So you really have to find the players actually saying their names for themselves.
Right.
Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It is the first day of June, so that means it is Pride Month across the nation and right here in Western New York. And Buffalo's gearing up for a lot of events and celebrations and gatherings all month long. So Natalie's here to share some of the things that we have to look forward to this month. I should also point out, it is the start of National Dairy Month. I had a viewer who was very upset that I did not mention other monthly. I feel like in every month there's multiple things to celebrate. But sure. Yes, here in Western New York, there are lots of things happening with Pride Month, and they start this week. So what's going on, Natalie?
I think one of the coolest things, as I was looking at all of the Pride Month things that are happening, is all of the different types of activities. It's not just a parade. It's not just nightlife. There's also fitness things happening as well. So it's all going to sort of kick off with the flag raising tomorrow in Niagara Square. That'll be happening for the city of Buffalo. So they'll be raising their flag at noon in Niagara Square. So that's something to look forward to. And then there's going to be all sorts of other things happening tomorrow as well. There's going to be a fun run, a Pride fun run in Delaware Park. That happens from 5 to 7:30. And then heading into the weekend, the Pride Center is going to kick things off with their Buffalo Pride Party that happens at Banshee Irish Pub downtown. Celebration will include drag performances, music, drinks. It's a $20 donation to get in, and it's a 21+ event, so not really a kid-friendly event. But then, of course, there is a very kid-friendly event, the annual Pride Parade. That's this Sunday on Elmwood between Forest and Allen. That starts at 11, and we will be walking in there as well, so keep an eye on that as well.
With Rooted in Pride, you can interpret it historically, you know, what historical figures in Buffalo and beyond do you find important. You can talk about your community and growth and, you know, who blossoms in Buffalo that you want to represent. There's just a lot of ways that people can interpret it, and we're really excited to see how that.
And there are a ton of other events happening throughout Pride Month. It seems like they're just continue to pop up each day. So if you are looking for something to do this month to celebrate, you can head to WGRZ.com. We have our very own guide to Pride. Here you can find all the events all over Western New York. It's an interactive map, so you can go ahead and click on any of those little Pride flags, and it'll tell you what's going on, where it is, when it starts, what day it is, so that you can go and enjoy any sort of Pride event. And if you plan to attend the parade on Sunday, again, it starts at 11. It's a very long parade, so if you are running late, don't worry, you won't miss any of it. And we'll be walking in it as well, which is really exciting.
Yeah,
so.
You'll be there?
Oh yeah, I'll be there.
Patrick's gonna be there, I'm gonna be there, a bunch of I think I'm bringing Elliot too. I do remember a few years ago walking in the parade, and Elliot kind of had a little bit of, we needed some blinders. So yeah, it's some parts of the parade, some groups can be a little bit more R-rated than others, but it is very kid-friendly also, and it's a great way of teaching your child that love is love, and there's a lot to celebrate. So we're looking forward to it.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Weather looks okay, I think. Maybe, sorta. Don't know.
Oh, it was cold last year. I remember last year it was chilly.
Weather looks okay. Maybe, sorta. Don't know.
Thank you so much.
What I meant by that is we have a chance of showers. Do they begin at 11? Do they hold off until the end of the parade? We don't really know yet. I'm just being honest, okay?
Yeah, we're gonna clip this and play it on Friday when we have
There's
really
nobody on this planet, no matter how much meteorological brain power you have, that can say it's gonna rain at 10 on Sunday. We just don't know yet.
Well, I hope it doesn't.
I know. Even though it doesn't, it's okay. If it rains a little, big deal.
Yeah, it's okay.
But it's as long as it's not cold rain.
Yeah.
But last year was cold?
It was cold last year. Yeah, it was chilly.
Okay.
So hopefully at least a little bit warmer.
Right. And then Juneteenth parade's coming up later this month.
The following
also.
Saturday.
The next Saturday.
Yeah, those are both really fun parades. We do a lot of parades in our business.
Parade season.
A lot of waving. Do you guys know from Channel 2 who is like the most fun person at a parade?
There's two of them.
There's two.
Yeah.
One is Mr. Plants.
Yeah, that was the surprise, because like you would expect Kevin O'Neill to just be the hit of a parade.
Right.
But Ron Plants.
Oh my gosh.
He loves a parade.
He loves a parade.
That guy is like the king of parades, and he just works the crowd, and you just wouldn't expect it with sometimes how serious Ron can come across.
Well, sometimes we're like, is Ron okay? Is everything okay?
He's so happy.
I mean that in the nicest way, because he's just.
He goes from side to side, and he's talking to
And not that he isn't a fun guy anyway, but you know, the stories he covers are a little more serious, so he doesn't always get a chance to show that on television.
So if you are watching the parade, give a shout out to Ron, or Ron will shout at you.
Yeah, that's more like it.
So and you too. You wore a kilt one year to the St. Patrick's Day parade and flip-flops, and it was freezing. And to this day, everyone remembers. And when you walk in the parade now. It's where's Patrick? Where's his flip-flops? Or where's his kilt?
All right.
And
maybe pull it out for the Pride Parade.
Why not?
Do
right?
it.
Why not? You can wear
They would love
anything.
it. They would love it.
You can wear anything or nothing.
That's
right?
real, honestly.
So you'll be wearing nothing under the kilt.
You know, if you send out the warning, it's fine. No, just there are some outfits that you see on the Pride Parade that, you know, limited clothing, which is hey, why not?
Fine.
It's the day.
It's what to be expected.
Yeah.
Okay, we have 40 seconds left, but until the okay, not okay weather this weekend, we've got really for sure okay weather this weekend.
No doubt, sunshine and beautiful weather. And again, the key too is I don't like humidity. I don't know. Some people thrive in it, love it. Not me. And none of that. So it's close to 80 by the end of the week, but it's like no humidity. So perfect.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.